सो फ्रेंड्स, आज हमारे साथ एक ऐसे स्टालवर्ट मौजूद हैं जो कि सिक्योरिटी इंडस्ट्री को सिर्फ चलाते नहीं हैं बल्कि शेप करते हैं। मिस्टर प्रेम मेनन, एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर एंड सीईओ D1 फोर्टिफिकेशन प्राइवेट लिमिटेड। उनकी 40 साल से भी ज़्यादा के एक्सपीरियंस ड्रिवन जर्नी ने एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रोटेक्शन और रिस्क मैनेजमेंट को एक नई प्रोफेशनलिज्म दी है। तो बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका सर हमारे प्रोग्राम।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
सर, आपकी जर्नी 1980s से शुरू होती है और व्हाट वाज द टर्निंग पॉइंट जिसने आपको सिक्योरिटी और एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रोटेक्शन इंडस्ट्री में एंटर करने के लिए इंस्पायर किया?
See, I was always interested in physical development. That is, to keep yourself absolutely fit, etc. Which I started at the age of 9, I'm telling you.
Okay.
And then slowly when I came up, I used to see these uniformed forces. My schooling was all done in Delhi, so I used to see these uniformed forces, people from the forces, army and air force and police, looking very smart in uniform. So I wanted to get into a uniform somehow or the other. But finally, parents have their own concerns about their children not going into such thing. Those days, I'm telling you, say 70s. So, but still I continued with my exercise and all these kind of things. Then I joined a detective agency in Delhi.
Okay.
My first tenure was there. I got into investigations, and there also I took so much of interest in getting into an arena which is not very normal and general.
Okay.
So you get to know a lot of things which you don't see with your naked eyes but behind the curtains. So those things inspired me that there is somewhere there is something which is very large behind this. So that is how I got related to security. And when I was working with this detective agency, I met with one gentleman from Group 4 who was walking down our office, below our office. I just saw him in uniform. I met with him. I spoke to him. He said, "You're most welcome to join our company. It's a new company in India." So I walked into their office after 2 days and I got just selected by the managing director himself, who was from UK.
Okay.
That is where my security industry journey started.
Okay. So आपने ग्रुप 4 प्रीमियर शील्ड सिक्योरिटास जैसे ग्लोबल ब्रांड्स के साथ काम किया है।
बिल्कुल।
तो हाउ डिड दिस एक्सपीरियंस शेप योर लीडरशिप फिलॉसफी टुडे?
See, every organization those days, when it comes to private security, it wasn't so regulated like today it is. So all leaders, all captains of those companies had their own vision and ideas. So one had to understand what it is and then work towards it. So it was not a very standardized format that we had to follow. But definitely all these people who were from the forces and otherwise had good vision, and their ideas would give us, okay, we can move ahead in this area. That's how the whole thing progressed.
Okay. मार्शल आर्ट्स और टेक्निकल डिसिप्लिन आपके पर्सनालिटी का एक और पार्ट रहे हैं। How much does a 7th Dan black belt influence decision making and crisis response in real security operations?
I strongly believe in discipline, and that is because of my martial arts training. Till now, if you say, this is my 62nd year into martial arts.
Okay.
So the physical and mental discipline was the main focus. And that is what I brought into the security profession when I took charge of these organizations as head of operations, etc. I instilled that kind of discipline in these young security guards who got recruited, and that helped us a lot in projecting a disciplined personality to a client, which made a big difference amongst the clients itself.
True. सर, आज के टाइम में सिक्योरिटी एक लग्जरी नहीं बल्कि एक ज़रूरत बन गई है, स्पेशली जब आर्मी और पुलिस हर जगह पे मौजूद नहीं होते हैं। तो इन दिस सिनेरियो प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स का रोल जो है वो किस तरह से इवॉल्व हो रहा है?
See, police cannot reach every place.
Right.
They have their own limitations. And moreover, they have a political influence also. So that restricts them from doing anything at their own liberty to catch a thief or to pip in a guy who's an anti-social. Immediately he gets a call from somewhere, and so they cannot do the kind of thing that what a private security agency guards can do. Now if you ask me, Indian Army has got around 5 million people, the defense forces, okay, and reserve personnel are there, then CISF, all these people, the paramilitary, put together it comes around 50 lakhs plus, okay, plus minus. I'm telling you, our security industry has about 1.1 crore people out there in the country, which is double the size of the security, the government security forces, which means we are an army unto ourselves. We are spread everywhere. The only thing that we need to ensure is proper training is given to these people to ensure they do their duties diligently, so that the client is taken care of completely.
करेक्ट. और सर जब बात करें कि पब्लिक इंस्टीट्यूशन और प्राइवेट स्पेसेस दोनों ही एक्सपैंड हो रहे हैं, तो डू यू फील कि इंडिया में ट्रेन सिविलियन सिक्योरिटी वर्कफोर्स में डिमांड आने वाले, अगर हम कुछ ईयर्स की बात करें, से 5 to 10 ईयर्स की बात करें, तो बहुत ज़्यादा इंक्रीज होने वाली है?
अगर आप देखेंगे अभी भी ऑल एयरपोर्ट्स आर विद द CIS, उनके पास है, लेकिन they are unable to handle the entire airport security wise. So today आज क्या है, प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी को भी उधर सपोर्ट के लिए भेजा गया. इफ यू गो टू एनी ऑफ द एयरपोर्ट्स यू विल फाइंड लॉट ऑफ प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी एट द फ्रंटल्स itself. Back scanners, this and that. That means you are penetrating into these areas, which means without us the country cannot move forward when you call it security.
Very true, very true. और सर ऑफन कहा जाता है कि लोग सिक्योरिटी की हैबिट डेवलप नहीं करते हैं. सो हाउ कैन एजेंसी क्रिएट मोर अवेयरनेस सो दैट पीपल अंडरस्टैंड कि ट्रेन गार्ड इज एसेंशियल लाइक CCTV?
Exactly. It is always a combination of systems and men and machine, you call it. So though you have CCTVs, there are clients who say ठीक है मेरे पास इतने CCTVs है इसलिए नंबर ऑफ गार्ड्स कम करो, बट CCTV सिर्फ आपको दिखाता है कि कौन अंदर घुस गया है गलत आदमी. पकड़ने के लिए तो हमारा ही बंदा चाहिए ना. सो इट इज ऑलवेज अ मैन मशीन मिक्स दैट बैलेंसेस द होल थिंग.
बिल्कुल. सो आज के जो थ्रेट है लाइक साइबर, फिजिकल, सोशल, इन सबको देखते हुए हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट इज टू रीडिजाइन गार्ड ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल्स फॉर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन रिस्क?
I think the training workshops have come up a very long way. Initially, there was no training for security guards. They used to be just recruited, given a set of uniform, और बोले जाते हैं कि भाई तुम वहाँ जाके खड़े रहो, उनका घर के सामने कोई बंदा ना आए. बट आजकल वैसा नहीं है. Training modules have been made to suit the need of the client. क्लाइंट रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से हम लोग SOP बनाते हैं. उस बेस पे वी मेक द ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल्स एंड ट्रेन द सिक्योरिटी पर्सनल टू सूट द क्लाइंट्स रिक्वायरमेंट, एंड दैट इज हाउ इट हैज हेल्प्ड. Many clients do ask us to give presentations to their staff to understand what security's role is in their organization or their residential campuses.
बिल्कुल. और जैसे कि अभी आपने कहा कि हम प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी हर जगह पहुंच रही है, हमारे लोग हर जगह पहुंच रहे हैं, सो प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज का काम भी रोज़ बढ़ रहा है ऐसे में, लेकिन कई स्टेट में स्टैंडर्डाइज ट्रेनिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अभी भी कम है. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू क्या नेशनल लेवल इंस्टीट्यूशनल फ्रेमवर्क होना बहुत ज़रूरी है?
100%, and CAPSI is doing a wonderful job for that. They have been reaching out to every agency in the country to ensure that we standardize the format of training, so that security guards are also aware how responsible they are towards the country, and their contribution matters a lot to the country, giving them the importance that आप बहुत जरूरी है इस देश के लिए. That itself boosts his morale, and he will do a wonderful job. And training is something which is required from a peon to a prime minister. No doubt training is going to go up the ladder always.
बिल्कुल. और आप खुद एक सीजन्ड ट्रेनर भी रही हैं, तो व्हाट इज द वन ट्रेनिंग गैप जो आपको लगता है कि अगर आज ठीक हो जाए तो पूरे ट्रेनिंग इकोसिस्टम की एफिशिएंसी काफ़ी हद तक इम्प्रूव हो जाएगी?
See, as I said, training and discipline should definitely go hand in hand. My only humble statement to this is that without discipline, training is useless. Only when you discipline them mentally and physically, training literally gets its impact in the individual.
So, how you take like security training या security in books like courses? Do you think कि आजकल के time में like in education में
See, most of the larger agencies, I would say, which are present in many states, they have their own training academies, and they have recruited trainers from the defense forces, personnel,
yes,
ex defense personnel, so that discipline and training go hand to hand. That's what I said before.
yes,
Bringing them, having a civilian instructor does not cater to that much of requirement. That is the reason training is inseparable from this industry.
true.
It has to be part and parcel of this industry.
सो जीएसटी को लेकर सिक्योरिटी इंडस्ट्री में आजकल काफ़ी डिस्कशन चल रही है, तो स्पेशली इनपुट क्रेडिट इश्यूज और कंप्लाइंस बर्डन को लेकर ग्राउंड लेवल पर एजेंसीज को किस तरह की डिफिकल्टीज फेस करनी पड़ी?
See, as I said, very well established agencies, their clients do comply with all statutes, in which GST is also a part of.
Correct.
So when they bill, when they do the invoicing, GST is paid to them, and it is apportioned to the government, whatever is their dues. So there is no problem. The problem comes where some clients ask, okay, can we eliminate this component, and those are the things, but then for which the government has to take strict action. For example, I would say recently there was an announcement that 50,000 penalty would be levied on any agency which does not pay the wages of the security personnel by 7th of every month.
Okay.
Now, it is a good move, I would say, but the same government should also insist the clients should pay the agency, which is not happening. It is a lopsided decision, which affects us. Now, if I don't pay, I get penalized, but then I'm not getting paid. So there is a drain in our resource.
And इसका impact small agencies पर भी काफी पड़ता है.
हर एक पर पड़ता है. Small agency के तो पड़ता ही पड़ता है. Even larger agency who have got large contracts like 100 guards, 150 security personnel in an organization, if for 2 months you don't get your money, which is billing around 1 crore, 1.5 crore, there is going to be a drain in your system.
ट्रू. तो सर, आपको क्या लगता है कि सिक्योरिटी सर्विसेज को एसेंशियल सर्विसेज कैटेगरी में लाने से जीएसटी और स्टैट्यूटरी कंप्लायंसेस की जो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी है वो कम हो जाएगी?
नहीं होगा, कम नहीं होगा, पक्का नहीं होगा. बट इट हैज टू कम अंडर एसेंशियल सर्विसेज डेफिनेटली, एंड दैट इज द रीजन somebody in today's speech also was telling during corona.
Yes.
It is only the security agencies which stood everywhere, where people were afraid to talk to their own spouses.
करेक्ट.
उनको तो अपने बीवी से भी बात करने से डर लग, वो तो पहले भी लगता था, लेकिन उस टाइम में ज़्यादा ही डर लगता था. तो एक बहाना भी हो गया कि बात नहीं करेंगे. लेकिन अवर सिक्योरिटी पर्सनल जो है वो खड़े थे, एंड दे वेर द वॉरियर्स. आई एम टेलिंग यू, during corona it was this industry that stood up to the expectation of the country.
करेक्ट. तो अगर हम अब बात करते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी
जी,
तो टेक्नोलॉजी जैसे कि एआई सर्विलेंस, कमांड सेंटर, प्रेडिक्टिव मॉनिटरिंग जैसे तेजी से आज ग्रो कर रही है.
जी.
सो हाउ डू यू फील कि ट्रेन गार्ड्स और स्मार्ट सिस्टम वर्किंग टुगेदर इन फ्यूचर? व्हाट डू यू थिंक सो?
It is a good beginning now. Only thing is, see, our culture has been such. People who do not want to pay out, right? They are not looking at combination of these both. They are looking at अगर मैं 4 CCTV लगा दूं तो 3 सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स को कम कर सकता हूँ. That is the mindset they have. That should change. Definitely technology will take over one day, and at that point of time you would have better control of all kinds of security from all sides. It is a must.
ट्रू। तो अगर हम यूथ की बात करें तो डू यू फील कि प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी सेक्टर एक सस्टेनेबल लॉन्ग टर्म करियर बन सकता है, स्पेशली जब स्ट्रक्चर ट्रेनिंग, बेटर वेजेस और नेशनल सर्टिफिकेशन इम्प्रूव हो रहे हैं?
100%. That's why I said there are already universities which are conducting courses, graduation courses for security personnel, investigation personnel, etc. So they are looking at it as an upcoming industry, and in a country like India, which is so thickly populated, and lot of foreign companies wanting to come here and start their businesses, security industry will boom. This is the only industry that will boom.
और अगर हम साउथ इंडिया की बात करें तो जर्नली मैन पावर को डिसिप्लिन, एजुकेटेड और हाई वर्क एथिक्स वाला माना जाता है। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू, क्या ये रीजनल मैन पावर स्ट्रेंथ प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी इंडस्ट्री को एक अलग कॉम्पिटिटिव एज पर ले जाती है, स्पेशली जब स्पेशलाइज्ड गार्डिंग की डिमांड बढ़ रही है?
See, now what is happening presently, to be very frank, I'm telling you, most of the guarding force in South India are from Northeast and West Bengal and that side. The local people are not in a position wanting to take up this job because they still have in their mind, yeah, सिक्योरिटी की नौकरी है. That will get washed out over a period of time because we have my company is in Bangalore. We have provided security to some tech companies where the fresh guys who are hired into that organization gets less salary than my security guard.
जी.
This is the situation today. So over a period of time, shortly I'm sure the locals also would understand the importance, and it is no more a watchman's job carrying a lathi and telling jagte raho, jagte raho. Those days have gone. So it is changing, but it will take some time for the mindset to change.
Now talk about the Chennai conference. So Chennai conference 2025 में हम सिक्योरिटी रिफॉर्म्स, कंप्लाइंस, ट्रेनिंग और मैन पावर पॉलिसिंग जैसी चीज़ों पर डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. तो हाउ डू यू सी इन डिस्कशंस का लॉन्ग टर्म इम्पैक्ट, स्पेशली जब हम नेशनल लेवल पर एक स्ट्रॉन्ग सिक्योरिटी पॉलिसी फ्रेमवर्क बिल्ड करने की बात करते हैं तो क्या पड़ता है?
See, as I said, CAPSI has been doing a yeoman service for this industry. Literally a yeoman service where they have, see, the success of CAPSI is they have brought people from across the country, the security captain sitting here down in the, in the hall listening to the speeches.
Correct.
That itself shows the interest of all these people to make a standardized policy which would definitely improve the industry standards and bring in more knowledge from the youngsters, the youth of the country to join forces, and I'm sure that it is going to happen shortly. I'm sure.
So thank you so much, Mr. Prem Menon, talking to us and sharing your views on security agencies, securities. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot. Thank you.